Neuroscience shows that your brain makes decisions before you are even aware of them. Consciousness isn't a miracle. It's an emergent process, just like wetness from water or traffic patterns in a city. And today, I'm going to prove it. And if you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Let's go. Chapter 1. The Argument from Consciousness. Apologists claim. 1. Consciousness is immaterial. The mind isn't just the brain. 2. Science can't explain subjective experience. Describing brain activity doesn't explain what it feels like to be conscious. 3. If consciousness isn't physical, then materialism fails. 4. The best explanation is a soul, or a divine mind that gave us consciousness. Sounds deep, right? But let's break it down and see if it actually holds up. Chapter 2. Why consciousness is an emergent property. Apologists assume consciousness is some special, standalone thing, but here's the problem. Emergence. A single molecule of water isn't wet, but enough molecules together create wetness. Consciousness is the same. It emerges from billions of neurons interacting. Saying consciousness proves a soul is like saying wetness proves a water god. A single car doesn't create traffic flow, but when enough cars interact, you get emergent patterns. Similarly, a single neuron doesn't create thoughts, but a network of neurons does. We don't need a traffic god to explain rush hour, and we don't need a soul to explain consciousness. Chapter 3. The brain thinks before you do. Libet's experiment in 1983. Scientists measured brain activity before a person was aware of making a decision. The brain initiated the action first, then your consciousness noticed it afterward. If your soul controls your choices, why does your brain act before you decide to? Modern neuroscience confirms, if brain scans can predict your choices before you're aware of making them, consciousness is not the driver. It's the passenger watching the road. Your brain doesn't ask for permission. It informs you after the fact. Chapter 4. Consciousness can be manipulated. Brain damage alters personality. Injuries to the brain change memories, emotions, and behavior. If consciousness were separate from the brain, why would physical damage alter it? Drugs and chemicals can change you. Psychedelics and anesthesia change awareness and thoughts. Dementia and Alzheimer's erode personality. If consciousness were independent of the brain, this shouldn't happen. If consciousness were supernatural, then brain damage shouldn't turn you into a different person. Chapter 5. Why the argument from consciousness fails. Emergence explains consciousness without a soul. Your brain acts before you are aware of choices. Brain damage and drugs alter consciousness, proving it's physical. This is just another God of the gaps argument. Every time science closes a gap, religion moves to another one. The consciousness argument is just today's version of thunder is proof of Zeus. And just like Zeus, it won't survive scientific progress. Consciousness doesn't prove God. It proves that the human brain is an incredible, complex machine, one that's still evolving. So, the next time an apologist says science can't explain consciousness, just remind them that every mystery of the past was once proof of God too, and consciousness will be no different. What do you think? Does consciousness prove a soul, or is it just an evolved brain process? Let me know in the comments.